So now I'm going to introduce Kaanaa Shotridge, who is an Indigenous matriarchal savage from the Tlingit Eagle people of Alaska, currently based in Oregon, a traditional bead and regalia maker. Kaanaa has been organizing from childhood. Her Indigenous family has helped spearhead some of the biggest actions of their community. Growing up surrounded by Indigenous leaders, little Kaanaa thought that everyone was an artist and/or an academic. She was a child of a community comprised of future community leaders. She strives to honor her adopted aunties and uncles and the teachings that have been passed down to her, and knows that everything she says and does is going to affect the next 7 generations. Please welcome Kaanaa.
Hello everyone, outlawed. Thank you for being here. I am so thankful to see all of you radical, amazing people, and the speakers as well, so thank you. And thank you for all of the hard work that you guys do and put into the community. So, when I was born in Oregon, there were still laws on the books that I was born into an Indian war party. I finished my family's war party just by being born. See, these laws, these atrocities, these things that happen to the Indigenous people, they're really not that long ago.
Still going on.
Yes, very much still going on. So I grew up knowing that I had a responsibility. And with so many teachings from community leaders from many, many different communities, one of the things that I was actually taught to start with is to thank the space that you're on. So this is the Duwamish territory right now, thankfully. This is an amazing setting, and I'm really thankful that they let us have this here. I think that everyone should be able to say thank you to the ancestors of the space that they are in, because the rightful stewards of the land speak the language of the land. The spirits of the trees, the spirits of the animals, they understand that language. So I did a quick Google search and to find out how to say thank you in Duwamish. And now I'm like kind of going brain dead in front of you guys. So if I say gubi seed. So if you guys can try sig gubi seed. You all just said thank you in a language that all of the living beings in this area will be able to understand. Everything we have, everything that keeps us alive, just heard you. In my tribe, I learned to say outlawed. I'm from Alaska, I'm Tlingit, but I'm based in Oregon as well. And gift giving is such a big part of our culture. We didn't have capitalism the way that we have it now. The richer you were was by the more that you gave. So much so that they actually outlawed potlatches because they thought that we were just being too, what's the word? Generous. Too anti,
Buying new stuff.
huh?
Anti-buying new stuff.
Yeah, buying new stuff. Too anti-capitalistic. Because fuck yeah. Because when you're born, the first thing you learn to say is thank you for what you gave me. And we have so many stories about why we learn how to say thank you, about why we learn to say thank you to the bear in the language that the bears know. There were bear attacks in town because a young person killed a bear. We have a treaty with the bears, and that was made a long, long time ago. And this is in my tribe's area. You don't harm us, we don't harm you. And a young person killed a bear, and it pissed off the bears. And these attacks were happening, and really, I kind of think this is their home. So it wasn't until an elder that went out and spoke in the old tongue and talked to the bears in the way that they understood did these stop. We have so many stories about reciprocity and how we even have reciprocity with the trees, how the trees even talk and speak with each other. So something that happens in organizations like this, where you have primarily Black, Brown, Indigenous people from so many different backgrounds, is that you're learning all of these different old languages. You're learning these different ways of being that are not westernized, that are not colonized, that are not bastardized and inhumane. These ways are humane, where you are learning how to speak with each other, learning how to live with one another, and pass out things in a way that is right. So, something that I've been really thankful is when I first came to know about For the People was my partner Patch, who works with For the People, started telling me more about Sarna and all of their decolonizing work, and I was able to sit in on some of the classes, and I was like, fuck, you're not gonna learn that in school. I have adult children, a 24-year-old and a 21-year-old. And they're still teaching Columbus, sails the ocean blue. We have white teachers still telling Indigenous children how to say their tribe's name. So, thankfully, with more outspoken parents and people like us, we go and let them know that's being a little messed up. But
They love that.
winning friends and influencing people every step of the way. So, being that I didn't get to grow up on the island that my mom grew up on, I didn't get to learn all the things her and my grandmother would always talk about what community functions. This happens, then this happens, then this happens. When an emergency happens, the tribal people meet here. When there's a celebration, we all meet there. So during crisis, during a death, we would do a passing the hat so that people would get what they need. And we have a reciprocity within our tribe. One clan takes care of the other clan when that clan is in need, and vice versa. We're in a crisis. The earth is in a crisis. And The systems that are in place are meant to kill us. They are meant to kill the environment as we know it. They're meant to kill us as we know it. And if we don't conform, if our spirits don't conform, they're going to kill our spirits. That's what we're trying to stop. So, thankfully, due to the work of the members of FTP, we're able to help with with the projects like Derek is doing, like Yolotli is doing, like Zarna is doing. Being that they don't have to, hopefully don't have to work under capitalism the way it is, so that young parents can't take care of their kids, can't teach them their rightful ways. This is what we're here for. We're all here trying to stop what is happening. And I am thankful to our warriors that have stepped up. Because so many of us, we didn't want to be activists. This isn't what we wanted to do. I was born into a war party. The fuck? I was a baby. And I passed that struggle on to my son and to my daughter. And they have grown up to also be water protectors and land protectors. And through their resistance, they haven't warped their souls into this colonized way. My son was able to stop a pipeline for hours on separate occasions on doing the shit that he used to really make me angry with as a parent. They were digging under the water when they weren't supposed to. The cops knew. They knew that those corporations were doing illegal things, but they were paid off. My son, I would take him to the pool, take him to the lake, and I'm like, hey, it's time to go. And little kid, swim away. Swim away. And he stopped that pipeline for hours. Swimming away. The cops were like, just come here. And he's like, so I think something that I'm really thankful is that all of these organizers are able to do their shenanigans, are able to do the things that all of their teachers, all of their parents and aunties and uncles were probably wringing their hands over, because it's going to take spirits like these that are going to break this system. So, Zol Chish, thank you.